everyone, welcome to the first episode of Chatting in the Country, and I thought it was only right to bring on who actually introduced me to country music, which is my boyfriend Jake.
Hello.
We can take it back to the first time you introduced me to country music. Do you actually remember what it was? I do. I don't remember where we were, but I know exactly what song it was.
Was it Luke Bryan?
No.
Was it Florida Georgia Line?
Yeah.
What was it? Featuring Nelly?
Yeah.
Yeah, banger.
That was the first song, and then it kind of, you used to listen to, well you still do, but a lot of Luke Combs.
Yeah. That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's all. Not all you listened to.
No, that's all I would listen to with you, because you was like, yeah, it's actually alright. Yeah, I quite like this.
Yeah.
And then just spiraled out of
Yeah,
control.
and it spiraled out of control, and now here we are. And I'm probably the one more obsessed than you.
Yeah, obsessed is the right word.
But I'm the type of person that gets an obsession and that is it. Tunnel vision.
You got an addictive personality?
Yeah.
That's something, that's it.
Now here we are. So that is what we're going to chat about. Today we've got some things. We've got a lot of new songs that got released yesterday. We've got some stories from country to country as well. Do you even know which ones?
No.
I don't remember what we're going to talk about.
Bro, I got a spreadsheet.
You do. We did have to write a spreadsheet, to be fair. I would love to take credit for the name of this podcast, but you did actually come up with it.
Some of the things you were thinking were stinkers.
And this is the notes we have got from thinking, literally two names, a pod and a hard place, and chatting in the country. What were the ones I was coming up with?
No, you was coming up with
Yeah, what
loads.
were the ones I was coming up with? This was at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Stupid thing. Like, pod in my boots.
Oh yeah.
Doesn't even make sense. I do you know what, that's actually not even that bad. You think about it.
Pod in my boots?
Yeah, because you'd be doing a podcast and you could be in your boots.
Yeah, so that wasn't that bad then.
No, there was some bad ones. Everything was just pod. Went down the Spotify playlist and it was
Yeah.
like, oh, that's a tune.
Me and my pod. For Cody Johnson, me and my kind. I'm a little pod.
Honky tonk badonka pod.
It's pod o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, it just don't work.
So it is Jake that came up with the podcast name. I can't take any credit for it. I'm chatting in the country. I'm actually quite impressed that I managed to even get you in one episode of the podcast.
Yeah, so am I. I'll just see if...
Moral support.
Moral support, fame and fortune.
Yeah, I think you might be waiting a while for that, but we can always dream. I would like to mention that we came up with all of the show notes for this at 12:06 the other night. So some of them are very random.
First one, dressing like a twat.
In our local town.
Yeah, we don't need to
No,
reveal
we
that.
don't need to let everyone know where we're from.
We'll know where we're from, so.
They're definitely probably watching this.
No, no, they ain't. No one round it is in it like us, you know what I mean?
We've got dressing like a twat in our local area, and you don't feel as bad because you just wear your boots and like your trucker cap. If anyone was watching this can relate. Wearing like bell bottoms, a cowboy hat and cowboy boots at like midday at your local train station is the most humbling thing ever, and you don't get it. You're just like, oh,
Yeah, but
who cares?
I will wear my boots anywhere. I was going to wear them yesterday to the pub.
Trying to get some denim shorts so I can wear them like
Knocking about.
yeah, knocking about. When we was going country to country on the Friday,
You was terrified.
I didn't want to go to my actual local train station.
You wanted to get a lift further out
Yeah.
for no reason.
It's not like embarrassing, but people just stare at you. I've gotten
Who
better.
cares? Who cares?
It's all right. Like when we went Morgan Wallen, British Summertime last year, there was other people at the train station with cowboy boots on and stuff. Remember?
Yeah.
So that's not as bad, but it was just me and you and everyone going about their daily life, like probably going to work. We're there
Yeah.
with like titties from the local corner shop,
Yeah.
and they probably think I'm in fancy dress.
People will just wear that on the breaks now.
To be
I
fair.
see people all the time, just daily business, wearing cowboy hat. And you look at them and you think, Yeah, that's bro. I want bro to know that I'm digging it, but I don't want to speak to him.
Like when we was at Ashford the other day and that guy had the Ariat hat on.
Yeah, Ariat hat boots.
Yeah.
Ariat hat. Did I just say Ariat hat boots?
Yeah.
Doesn't even make sense.
I was gonna say I felt better on the Saturday when we was in Westfield. I stayed in Stratford for country to country, but then that guy came up to me and asked me if I was from Texas.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
remember? I was so hungover, wanted the girl to solo me up. I'm not gonna lie, the last thing I wanted to do was go to country that day.
It was hard work.
Yeah, I'm outside M&S eating a dry ham sandwich to try and get something down me, and he just comes over to me and he's like, are you from Texas? And I was like, no, why? And I forgot I had the hat on, and he was like, oh, just because like my brother's or something lives in Texas or something,
Yeah.
and he wears a cowboy hat. And I was like, oh, fair.
I was in the bin.
No, it was rough.
My guts were doing somersaults, backflips. Oh,
Yeah, no, it was.
the beer poos are not it. I happily wouldn't have gone, but once you're there, it's different.
The only thing I
You're
would
just in
do different is it was our first time going to country. So if you are going next year, I'd say specifically London, because I don't think all the other ones have the same amount of stages, do they? Just
No.
London got the outside, like the outside stages is, unless there is someone you really want to see, treat it like a normal concert.
Yeah.
I'd say if you can go early on the Friday, so the Friday was the quietest day, like during the day, well to be fair, even night it was quite quiet. Well, not quiet, but like it was quieter compared to the other
Yeah.
nights, like around the O2. I would say go early the Friday, and if there's any artists you want to see them then. Go in the country, it was the Country Line Town Square, wasn't it? Called, wasn't it? Like the Town
Yeah.
Square.
Something
I'd
like that.
go there on the Friday. And then the other 2 days, unless there's someone you really want to see, I wouldn't go early. I would just treat it like a normal
No,
concert.
we was confused, weren't we? Because we was coming in and we see people like leaving.
Massive Ariat bags.
Yeah,
filled
but
to
they
the
was
brim.
there was people like look like they're carrying their weekly shop home, just
Yeah.
of like.
And it was only like
Cowboy
1
gear.
o'clock on Friday, and we was like, where's everyone going?
Yeah.
But yeah, that is the one thing. If you were going next year, I would say unless there's someone you really want to see, do just treat it like a normal concert the other 2 days if you're going the whole weekend. We
Like it is good vibes,
just,
but then
by the Sunday we was in the bin.
by the Friday night I was in the bin.
Yeah.
We'd
Maybe
started-
everyone doesn't drink as much as us. Like we was. Oh, it's
What time
actually
did we
so
leave
bad.
on the Friday
What do you mean?
to go up there?
Left at midday on the Friday and pretty much drank all the way through to 1 o'clock on Sunday morning. I think I had maybe like 2.5 glasses of water.
Where was that from? I don't
Like in the
remember that.
hotel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like I
Yeah.
reckon the only water I consumed was when I was getting ready.
Or brushing your teeth.
Yeah. To be fair, someone did comment on my TikTok and was like, I even struggle all 3 days and I don't drink. And I
Yeah.
was
No,
like,
it is
yeah.
long. You're on your feet all day.
And we done the after party,
Yeah.
so we made it even longer.
Yeah, it was good though, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. And
The
that is
after
what-
party's worth it, I think.
Actually, one of the topics I wanted to speak about, we didn't write it down, was the after party. Because I know the after party was good. I think it could be done so much better.
Yeah.
Like, this is no, like, not being rude to, like, Avery, Anna, or anyone else that played the after party. And since the after party, I have actually been listening to Avery Anna a lot more. So she was the Sunday.
I was gassed to see Adriana.
Yeah, but that was only because we thought Sam Barber was gonna come out. Because it was called Avery, Anna and Friends, and we thought Sam Barber was gonna come out, even though he left the whole of Europe the week before.
And he obviously wasn't even on the line.
Yeah, but we was convinced. Per bloke who was serving us when Avery Anna started going, I've got a really good friend to come out and sing Indigo, and we've literally both not even replied to him. I think he wanted us to pay, and we both just like turned round. I didn't know who it was, and we was both like, oh, I don't know why I was disappointed. But her music, quite a lot of it was slow songs.
Yeah.
So I have a new idea for the after party. I told you this while we was there.
I don't even remember anything when I was there, really.
I told you, I think the Yeehaw brunch people should host the whole after party.
Yeah, that would
like
be
have
sick.
stuff
Yeah,
like in the crowd. I even suggested that they could do karaoke one night. Everyone named, well, maybe not everyone because it wouldn't be there till 6 in the morning. But, like everyone gets like fake mics. You can put the lyrics up. If no one knows the song.
That would be sick.
Like it wasn't very interactive. The singers were good, but I did just want the DJ to come back on.
Rattlesnake Johnny. Oh, he's a beast. He's the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Undeniable. I love him.
We even messaged him at the after party. A photo of us on Instagram saying you're the, and then the goat emoji.
Yeah, but it's not the first time we've done it.
No, it's actually not.
We've messaged him loads of times. He always replies though. He's like, he's ledge.
Really item myself here, but I asked them to play Hannah Montana at a Bottomless Brunch.
That was the first time we'd ever seen him, wasn't it?
Yeah, over 2 years ago now.
Yeah, that was at
a Yeehaw brunch.
At the Yeehaw brunch, and he had the sign, didn't he? Something like his @ and then if any song requests, send them to his @
I requested the Hoedown Frodown.
All night, all that night, we was just sending him just song after song.
And what's really embarrassing is when he seen that photo of us, what we messaged him around, he would have seen them other messages. I'm still annoyed that he didn't play Zach Bryan, to be fair. I mean, I get his point, it would have killed the vibe, but I'm still done in. You
got to kill it. Kill the vibe, bring it down, everyone's singing, and then just bring it back up. Oh, wow, that sounded like I'm telling Rattlesnake Johnny what to do. I'm not, because he's the GOAT.
So he DJ'd the after parties, and honestly, in the nicest way possible, I would have been happy if he just DJ'd the whole thing. Yeah. Because I really enjoyed the singers, but when you've been like in the O2 that whole time, we should have bought early bird tickets for next year. We'll have to be on the floor next year. Yeah. It was, I don't want to say it was bad.
No, it wasn't bad at all.
The first night, no one wanted to stand up, and then this girl did in front, and she got very quickly, not even asked, told to sit down. Yeah. And then it was like, oh no. And we haven't had great experiences at the O2 before. At Combs, we had people sat behind us with blankets. Yeah, that was so jarring. I'm not saying you have to stand up the whole time. I was in that arena one of the nights from 5 PM till 11. Like, I don't want to stand up the whole time. There is certain songs, and not even that, I nearly had to say to them that night, the people behind us, do you mind if I just stand up and stretch my legs? Yeah. The women behind us, they were class. But we didn't realise that till the second night. Nah. No, they stood up and then we stood up, and then it was kind of like
once they stood up, we was like, we're in. We were in.
So I didn't want to be like rude, but at the same, not even, I needed to stretch my legs.
I just wanted to dance.
Yeah, and them seats at the O2, I swear they've gotten smaller. Either I've gotten bigger or they've gotten smaller.
Probably. Probably. Both looking at this. The couple next to us were...
Yeah, they were really nice.
Well nice.
It was quite good. They were there the whole 3 nights as well.
Yeah. The boyfriend who was next to me, he admitted, he was like, he don't listen to country music. He was there for moral support.
Yeah, he was there.
And every time a tune come on, I was like, oh, this is a banger. I'd be like, it's like, this one's a banger, get ready. And I'd just be there next to him, just like in his face.
I reckon you made his whole weekend. It must be long though, if you're not into that music to go all 3 nights.
Yeah, he was committed.
Yeah, that's
true love.
Yeah, that is true love.
No, he was quality.
Find this podcast and they've like split up or something.
Oh, that was so
And we're like, yeah, that's true love. We did have an incident.
Well, they had an incident.
Yeah, we didn't have an incident, to be fair. They had an incident.
People in front of us, right, were what? They was a bit older then.
Yeah, older.
A bit older. Wanted to sit down,
which is
listen.
Fair enough, each to their own.
Fair enough. But who was playing?
Dirk Bentley. No, it was the night in Leonie. It was the first night. It was like 20 minutes before the end of the first set. It
was a banger, and she's gone, oh, I love this song. And as she's done that, his 2-pinter has just spilt. It weren't even like the whole thing. Just spilt on the back of her hair. She stood up. She's like, what? She's like, I'm gonna have to go home and wash my hair now. And just got up and stormed off.
We was all like, uh-oh.
Oh no, tomorrow's gonna be fun. Because we'd already spoke to them. We knew they was gonna be there.
We didn't go into the main arena that early that time, but I think it was alright, wasn't it? Like the next night.
Yeah, no, it's sweet. They'd already spoke and like sorted it out. She probably thought, oh, shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
But
we will probably do all 3 nights again next year. We say we're not, and we're going to wait for the lineup. But I bet we do. I mean, I don't even know if I've told you or not. I have actually pre-booked the hotel.
What?
I just thought might as well get in early doors.
Booking.com, pay when you get there.
Yeah, booking.com, pay when you get there. An absolute
What
classic.
hotel?
CM1.
Yeah, that's alright. I actually like that.
Yeah.
Easy to get home from.
Just thought might as well.
Yeah, respect it. Nice. Well, we're going, aren't we?
We haven't gone all
We're
through
either
that.
getting the tickets or getting the
We
hotel.
just have to wait see who is on the lineup. We're hoping for Zach Top, really. That's
Who
who
else?
I'm hoping for.
Zach Top's got to be there.
He's got to do something in the UK next year. I'd imagine he'll do country to country before he announces a UK tour. Let's see how it goes. The nicest way possible. I think they're scared they're not going to sell out a venue.
Yeah, we have said that, haven't we, before? SD card issues.
We will
Episode 1. Can't get the staff, mate.
You could have done it.
I don't have a camera. I would have
It's
just
our
done...
camera now. If you want to be involved in the podcast.
Am I like a legit host?
I don't know.
I was just here for moral support, you said at the start.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't want me as a host.
Maybe not. They might not.
What was we even talking about?
We was talking about how they're scared to come over and sell out venues.
Oh, yeah.
I genuinely think they are.
No, they are.
I don't know if it's an ego thing, but like, I suppose I would be scared to sell out a venue.
It's just, I don't know how it works.
But they got like
because-
data and that. They can see how many people listens to them.
Yeah. But like, how does it work, right? So they could do a bigger venue.
Yeah.
Like Mega Maroney, yeah? That venue held, what, 2,000 people?
Yeah.
She could have done a bigger venue. Like, she could have done like something like 10,000. It might not have sold out. For like her brand or whatever. If it doesn't then sell out, although she's got more people, you can't say sold out tour. And
yeah, what's like Tucker Wetmore? He was going to play tiny venue, and then they sold that many tickets. They upgraded the venue.
yeah.
But he could, surely
He's a
they
beast,
knew.
though, isn't he?
Yeah, he was really good at country to country. But surely they knew, like they got data, no?
Yeah.
one
It's
of-
only the last sort of few years where like the modern country has really started popping off. Get it? They don't
I
want
suppose they got to spend more money if they do that bigger venue and don't sell it out
yeah.
as well.
But like they could. Like the Sam Barber venue was...
You really liked that venue, didn't you?
It was sick. It was a sick venue.
I don't know if I liked it. It was the Electric Ballroom in Camden. If anyone's been or went to Sam Barber, I didn't really like it.
I loved the venues where
The
you
bars
can go,
there.
yeah, you go get your drink.
Yeah, that's I loved
you hear it and
the
you're
O2
there.
Forum, Kentish Town. That is my
Yeah.
favourite venue. It's where we're seeing Riley
It's
Gray.
basically just a nightclub.
They hold like Disney Channel nightclub events there or something.
You'd hear the Hoedown Throwdown then.
I don't know, because Rattlesnake Johnny didn't play it. Talking about Sam Barber, we went to Sam Barber on, it was the week before Country to Country, wasn't it?
That's the main reason we thought, oh my god.
Yeah, because he was like
bring out Sam
knocking.
Barber.
He was about, if you know what I mean. I don't think he was, because he was about a week before. We thought he's still about.
He was in London.
We decided after the show that we was gonna wait right in the back for him.
No, actually, before that, we was like the last
Yeah, we was like
20
the
people.
last person.
We was like, oh my god, quick, run up to the stage.
Yeah.
I'm stood at the front of the stage and like, I don't know who it was, someone from his band or his management, was like handing out the set lists and that, and like picks, guitar picks and stuff.
Yeah, you got the set
I
list.
literally bolted over and this poor guy next to me, I felt so bad.
You got a guitar pick though.
Yeah, he got a guitar pick, handing out set list. I was like, oh my god, I was like, yes, thank you. I had my Sam Barber hat on, my t-shirt that I've just bought.
You do
got a
love
set
Sam
list.
Barber though.
I love
like
him.
he is your top 3.
Yeah, he's my most listened to in the car.
Yeah.
Working night, driving home, listening to Sam Barber in the dark, like on your own. You just
We have the same taste in music, but very different taste in music though, I would say. You like sad, depressing songs.
I like pure vocals.
I
Like,
just know, like, listen, it's like karaoke.
Yeah.
Whereas you're like,
I get in my
could send me to
feels.
sleep.
I get in my feels.
No, I don't know how you do it. Like, I genuinely don't know how you listen to it.
I'm in my feels when I'm driving, especially if I'm driving on my own. I'm just putting on something that's gonna make me either want to start crying or fall asleep.
Yeah, no, I don't want to do that.
Unless it's sunny, yeah. A day like today, it's Dirks Bentley.
We are a new fan obsession.
Super.
We have to stop linking everything back to country to country. country.
Yeah.
Dirk Bentley he's top 3.
Getting drunk on a plane.
We was gonna leave before you started. That we was gonna get food because we had the after party booked. And we was like, we don't know that many. Turned out to be my favourite headline.
He was so good.
Like, so good.
Like, if he comes back to the UK, I will go. 100%. Own tour.
His tour came up on Instagram, and I was like zooming in, making sure they definitely weren't at UK to get on it.
Do you know, oh, that rattles me. Why is everywhere in America just copied UK
Yeah,
names?
London, the Birmingham one always gets me the most. I'm like, Birmingham, zoom in,
And
I'm
then
like,
zoom
oh.
in, it's got a little, what a little comma,
Yeah.
and then it's whatever it is, I can't even remember.
Not even, yeah, that always, to be fair, it doesn't even get me that. When I see someone's announced the tour, I'm like, oh yeah, and then I'm like, oh, just in America, never mind.
Yeah, I get done by that all the time.
Yeah, so do I. We need to, you tell me off for going to too many events though. This is for all the girls listening to this podcast. Hopefully there's at least one. Probably be me. Does your boyfriend complain every time you want to go to a new country event?
I don't,
Oh, we can't go to
I
that
don't
one.
complain,
Oh,
yeah.
We can't go to all of them.
but there's just so many now.
But we haven't been to one in ages.
Yeah, but like,
We want to go do another Yeehaw Bottomless Brunch. I am like the biggest fan of them.
You're
I love
a
them.
Yeehaw ambassador at this point.
I love them. I'm not even an ambassador. Everyone I meet that says, oh, like, I've been to this and I didn't think it was that good, I'm like, go to Yeehaw Bottomless Brunch, you'll have the best time.
But then we spoke to some people who've done like ones up north, and they said they weren't.
To be fair,
like,
the
that good.
venue the London one is in has changed, so we haven't been to the new venue, but we don't actually often do the Bottomless Brunch.
No, we just buy the actual ticket.
Yeah, it's like a party pass or something. That is normally just because, one, I don't want to eat, I want to dance, so the food goes, and 9 times out of 10 I either don't like the drinks or I just dine them because it's a Bottomless Brunch and I want to make the most of it, and then it's like game over by 6 o'clock. So we normally just buy the party pass. They're doing a barn dance, I think it's like the 4th of May or something, bank holiday weekend, the Sunday. We went buck and bull. I don't feel like we give it a fair test.
No, see, that's one that I think we probably should have done the brunch.
Yeah, I want to do the boat party though. We are doing the Buck and Bull Saloon boat party. We didn't do the Bottomless Brunch.
We didn't, and the ticket said
It said from like 1:30 to 6:30. So we was like, oh, we'll turn up at 1:30.
1:30, thinking we're gonna walk in, the party's already started.
We were the only
We
people
walked
there.
through the Hippodrome Casino.
They did not want to let us in, by the way.
I had a hat on. I was like, well, can you take your hat off when you walk through the casino?
They
I
was
like,
not happy
yeah.
with us to begin with, was they?
Like, they was lovely. Like,
Yeah,
the staff were lovely.
No, they were so nice, but they was also confused why we
They
were
was
there.
like, how come you're here already? Thinking we was like part of the party upstairs and we've just come down early. And we was like, nah, we've just got here. Had a couple of beers on the train. We was ready to go and we was just the only ones there.
But it turns out it doesn't end till like 1 in the morning. So it wasn't 1:30 to 6:30. So we could have turned up at like 8 PM.
Yeah.
What would have been so much better. But it didn't say on the ticket.
No.
And there was like live singers in the evening and stuff.
Yeah.
We left by 7 o'clock. It was like downstairs. Couldn't be there from midday to midnight. I think we'd have enjoyed it if we turned up at like 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
But we didn't, so...
Well, no, because once all the people from the brunch started coming down, it felt like they was like, I didn't see you upstairs.
Yeah, like, what are you doing
What
here?
are you doing here?
But I don't feel like we give it a fair test.
No. And it was a bit too much line dancing.
Oh yeah, I can't line dance either. I can't do it.
That one guy, oh my
god,
days.
we've seen him at Country to Country as well.
Legend. If he ever sees this yet, ledge. He'll know.
He will know exactly who
He was
is.
sick.
So good. Like,
He was
so
leaving
good.
skid marks on the dance floor. His boots were going too
He
quick.
was so good.
He was sick.
I hope we see him again.
Yeah, I need to talk to him, get some tips.
I just can't do it. Even that Chanel, I hope I'm pronouncing her surname, Yates, that big girl boots. She like literally tells you in her TikTok what to do. Like left, right, left, and I'm like all the way over here, all the way over there. My boots were not made for dancing.
Was good. I enjoyed myself. I didn't not enjoy myself.
Yeah, I did not enjoy myself. I feel like now we know we would go late.
Yeah, either go
Also, us
late.
turning up at 1:30 next
Oh.
time. Hiya!
Either that or turn up pre-drink a little bit, so we're a little
Yeah,
bit
'cause
like
we was like basically sober and the Bottomless Brunch people were
all gattered.
Yeah.
and they've all come down. They've gone straight on like the mechanical ball.
Yeah,
And
I
we
feel like
was
we
like-
should have done the brunch, really, the bottomless brunch for
Yeah.
that one. Won a Yeti cup at Country to Country.
Sick, innit?
We also want to go to Little Nashville, the bar. But we blew that event as well because we went mega Maroney. And then we turned up at like midnight and it ended up at 1 o'clock. We thought loads of people from Mega Maroney would be going there. And they just weren't. We do want to go to the bar.
I bought a hat from Little Nashville. We was there for about 5 minutes. Ended up buying a hat. I don't know what this
Honestly.
obsession of us buying hats is.
No, any merch. If we go to an event and it has merch, yeah, we'll get that. Why not?
Yeah.
Not even drunk. We do it sober as well.
Best one was Morgan Wallen
What?
at Hyde Park. When it's like 80 quid for a jumper, come outside.
Yeah, I'm not really sure we should say that on the podcast.
Why?
I don't know.
That's alright. Telling the same thing.
I'm not sure.
Half price.
I'm not sure we should say that.
Not gonna cut it out.
Not sure. That is episode 1 of Chatting in the Country. I have no idea if this is going to be any good or not. But if you want to see Jake back on the podcast, you can put it in the comments because I actually think he enjoyed this.
Do you know what? I enjoyed it more than I thought.
I think-
I've never spoke to a camera before, ever.
You're going to be in more.
If they want me.
You're going to carry the podcast. You'll end up being the one everyone likes.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah. What are you doing? We're also on my driveway and people are walking past, may I add.
It was a very spur of the moment thing.
Yeah.
We've just pulled up
This
and
whole
gone.
thing has been spur of the moment, but I've been talking about it for ages.
Yeah, you have.
So it was like,
But you've got the bottle to just go and do it, whereas I'm like,
I don't care, like, hi, I just don't care.
yeah.
What's the worst? People are going to laugh at me. At least I tried. We will see you all again soon. If you can, please do give us a follow. Follow on TikTok as well, as of course it does really help. And I will see you next week.
Bye.